Hey there everybody, Eric from Outer Limitless coming at you today with another video. Now in today's video, this isn't really like a recap video, but what I am going to do is go through some of my top 10 gear. And when I say top 10 gear, well, what do I mean by that? Is it my top 10 like EDC items or bushcraft or camping and hiking gear? It's just my top 10 gear. The 10 items that for me are my favorite, the ones that I naturally gravitate towards the most, and the ones that I'm the most excited about getting my hands on every time I have a chance to get out there. So if you're interested in taking a look at what I consider to be my top 10 gear, stay tuned. Now the first item I'm going to show you is my Kizlyar Supreme Whisper. Now this Kizlyar Supreme Whisper knife is an excellent EDC option. I naturally gravitate towards this by a long shot. I would say that for the past couple of years I've carried this blade probably 60 if not 70% of the time, and I absolutely love it. It has D2 tool steel, which is an excellent option. I've very much enjoyed D2 tool steel on all the blades that have it. I'm capable of getting these knives really sharp and maintaining an excellent edge. This particular Whisper is a nice sleek design, fits well in the pocket, has a beautiful clip, and an overall very interesting design. I like the traditional Japanese style with that traditional Japanese tanto blade, and overall this is just an excellent addition to anybody's collection. Now, like I said, I'm not covering these items in any particular order, but at this point it probably makes sense to talk about this Work Sharp Field Sharpener. Now, like I said, with my Kizlyar Supreme, the D2 tool steel, I am capable of getting razor sharp. And every time I need to sharpen my blades, I come straight to this tool. This sharpener is an excellent sharpener. I find that for the most part, I don't even need any of the diamond. I pretty much just use the ceramic rods and the leather strop. It's basically set up as a nice quality tool that fits perfectly in your hand. It's pocketable, fits easily in a bag, and definitely does a great job keeping your blades nice and tuned up. Now, if you've been watching my channel for a while, you might realize that my typical shelter option tends to lead me towards a hammock. So I enjoy very much when I'm hiking and backpacking using a hammock for my sleep system. And in this regard, for the past few years, I've been using the DD Hammock Superlight Jungle Hammock. This is a wonderful, wonderful piece of gear. I really love this, and I have to say that even though I haven't tried too many other overall hammock sleep systems, I have used a lot of hammocks, I've used a bunch of tents, and this to me is just the absolute perfect design. It's a nice size, nice weight, plenty packable, durable, and very, very comfortable. It's very water resistant, provides an excellent shelter. I've used it in totally adverse conditions, and I've always been nice and comfortable and dry. I get a great night's sleep, and I have to say overall, this is something that if you're looking for a product in this similar sort of genre, a hammock and more of like a shelter system hammock, this is, to me, in my opinion, the one to go with. Now, even though the Jungle Hammock does a great job keeping you safe, keeping you dry and comfortable in all adverse conditions, typically I like to pair that up with a good quality lightweight tarp. And this year, I found a company called 2Go Systems. This is the Reflect 100 tarp. Now, I've only had an opportunity to use this a small number of times, but every time I've brought this out, I've been extremely impressed. The owner, Brian, at 2Go Systems does a wonderful job. He has very unique and innovative designs, and the company 2Go Systems is one that I'm going to be really paying close attention to over the next few years. So overall, like I said, I'm very happy with this Reflect 100 tarp, and I strongly suggest you checking out 2Go Systems. Now, I've always been into outerwear, but more recently things that are a little more suited to the backpacking and bushcraft application. And in that regard, I have gotten my hands on this Rab down jacket. Now, this to me is one of those items that I use all the time. I pack it in my pack basically every time I go into the mountains, even if it's summertime, for a couple of reasons. One is you never know when it's going to get a little bit chilly. Two is It also doubles as a wonderful pillow. Nice lightweight packable option, quality materials, a little bit on the pricey side, but worth every dollar. Now in a similar fashion, yet completely different, this here is an Anorak from Fred Asbell. This particular item is one that I just look forward to putting on every time I get the opportunity. As soon as that weather turns and it gets to that late fall and early winter, I just go, all right, it's time to get the wool out. And I love this. Totally comfortable, fits me great. A little bit on the larger side, but that's a plus because you can layer up. This to me is something that if you like wool or nice, durable, and heavy-duty outerwear is definitely a way to go. I've worn this thing in absolutely adverse conditions. I've been completely soaked, yet at the same time it keeps me nice and warm. So in all reality, even though this isn't a, like a waterproof option or one that's going to keep the weather off of you, even if you do come across some weather, it's going to keep you nice and warm. And another product that a lot of people really like is these Vidda Pro trousers from Fjallraven. Now, I've watched a ton of bushcraft channels, as I'm sure a lot of you have, and these are kind of like a staple go-to, and I can totally see why. These pants fit great, they have excellent features, unbelievable durability. I have to say, even though I have waxed these, they don't really do a very good job keeping water off of you, but if you do get wet, they dry out extremely fast. I've been very happy with these. Like I said, I naturally gravitate towards these, and every chance I get to put these on, I look forward to it. So I highly recommend these. Again, another product that's a little bit on the pricey side, but once you have them, it's totally worth it. Now, not that this is exactly a bushcraft item. In fact, this is a little bit bigger than what you would typically use as a bushcraft axe. But I've had my hands now on a few different Gransfors Bruk products, and this is the Scandinavian Forest Axe. And I also have the wildlife hatchet and the small forest axe, but this is the one I go to more times than not. Now, I don't often carry an axe into the woods. If I do, I'm going to bring the wildlife hatchet or the small forest axe. I do not necessarily bring this one with me into the woods or backpacking, but I use this all the time at my house. I don't do probably what I should and get a splitting axe or a splitting maul, but I do use this to split a lot of wood, and I just enjoy it. It's fun, it's comfortable, it has a nice weight and size. I look forward to using it. It's unbelievable quality, totally sharp, and I just like this axe. And after you're done splitting down the wood, it's nice to have yourself a good quality blade. Now, this is a Swamp Rat custom Ratmandu. I have to say, I am not necessarily a big fan of batoning with this. It's a little bit thin for that, but this is a wonderful slicer, a wonderful carver, and it just feels good in the hand. I naturally gravitate towards this blade for a couple of reasons. I have most recently found that I really like this trailing point design. This has a nice quality belly, finger choil, which for me is a plus. This handle, even though it's a touch on the thin side, just feels great in the hand. The ergonomics are excellent. The edge is superb. Steel is a great choice, and this thing just looks badass. And now one of my newest pieces of gear. This is the Crown 260 from Granite Gear. Recently, the people at Granite Gear sent this to me for a review, and I've used it a number of times now on little day trips, and it's a wonderful bag. This to me is going to be my new option for backpacking. I'm going to try to slim my kit down and get it to fit in here. This is a wonderful lightweight option with plenty of features. Has a good quality, comfortable carry. I've been very impressed at how it feels on my back, and I just cannot wait to completely load this thing up and get out into the mountains. So alright guys, there you have it. A real quick look at my top 10 gear items. Now again, when I say top 10 gear, these are just 10 items that I very much enjoy. 10 items that I just can't wait to get my hands on. Every time I use these items, I'm just thrilled. I'm excited to be in the outdoors. I'm feeling good doing it, comfortable and using my tools and just having a great time. So alright guys, thanks for stopping by. I hope you like what you saw. I hope you found it a little bit informative. If you like what you saw, please like, share, and subscribe. And as always, thanks for stopping by. Take care now. I'll see you soon.